back on the Ludwig presentation. So the running has been made and I've changed few little things. So for instance, if you remember well, I was training this example and it was sentiment and review. So that was review and then we are output the sentiment, okay? And I've disabled the epoch for this. And you can have also a better, even a bigger model and trying to increase the epoch. But I've run this one, okay? And I can show you what is the CSV file. So, yeah, that was sentiment and review, and I have assert, I'm going to make a prediction on this one, and I make a prediction on this one too. So this one is, you have positive, 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 and then negative, negative, negative. And this one I slightly change, and I will show you why. It's still positive, 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 and then negative and negative and negative. But I'm using the word terrible, which is, if you look at the inside the, that was, I think that's training set. You have, I find terrific. Yeah, I wanted to emphasize the fact that it's terrific. So the word, I wanted to be sure that the model will predict correctly. Okay, so let's do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this experiment 3 that has been built on this YAML, on this data model, and then I will launch the prediction. Okay, so if I go there, you remember what was the prediction. So let's take this one. So we made this prediction with experiment 1 and the first model with the run, and then we will take this run 3. Okay, so let's do it with the first, with the model. So you just say, okay, you just copy and copy paste, okay, and you select the model. So you just go there, okay, and you do that. So you define right here the model, and right here you define the input, the CSV file. Okay, so let's do it, and be sure to have the correct path to the file and the correct path to the model. Okay, and let's do it. Okay, we are in the correct directory, and we see that everything is here. Okay, and I should see the prediction at the time that I'm here. Yeah, it's going to change, and he's gonna create a prediction based on positive or negative here. Okay, so when it will be done, let me see. So it's building. I mean, he's launching the prediction, the command. So as you see, I don't have really to code anything. The model has been trained, the model has been made, and I just have to launch the command to make the prediction and to see if my model is okay. So I can make example, I can make different attempt, different try to see if the model is correct. So let's see the result. You see, he has been replaced. Yeah. So I can open the sentiment prediction and see if he's wrong. So that was positive, 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 and then negative. The 3 last were negative, and it doesn't really work, okay? Because I guess in the statistics, it's not, I mean, whether my data set, is so small, I mean, there's only 400, which is a very small amount of data, and there was not much enough epoch. So basically, there's no overfitting with my data model. It's just not working properly. So, but to show you that it's really working, I tweak a little bit the things, and that's a good thing with Ludwig, is that you don't really have, I mean, for somebody who is not a deep learner or deep learning scientist or whatever, machine learning, or even a data scientist, you can tweak a little bit and just to guess what is the result. So in this example, I told you I've put a much more I emphasize the negativity and with the word terrific. So let's see if this sample, this prediction, will be better. I hope that I will not get wrong. And still, when you launch this command, you don't have to take into account the error that you have. It doesn't prevent Ludwig from working, but I was not able to make it disappear. You see, this stuff. And as you can see, I'm using Anaconda to manage the packets. That's the reason why I have this base. If you want more information, you can take a look at my blog where I have all the installation and how to do with Anaconda. Anyway, let's go back to the Ludwig things. So he's making the prediction. And I'm going to see in the prediction CSV when it would be done if if it's okay. Okay. Yeah, it's done. So let's see the prediction. And you have the correct one. Positive, 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 negative, negative, negative. So just to show you that the prediction is working, because I've changed a little bit the sample and I emphasize the very criticize of my sample. Okay, so that's the idea. What is interesting also in Ludwig, you see that I think it has a programmatic API. So you can use Ludwig as a real Python library. Okay, so let's see. I've already prepared no, I'm not going to use this time. I'm going to use Visual Code because it's better to open at this one. You see, like always. So I'm calling. Right now, I don't really need. I'm going to comment that. And we will go through these. Okay, so right here I have, well, I'm using Panda. Okay, this is called Panda, and then Panda is reading the stuff. So for instance, I'm going to show you that it's working. So you have all the explanation. I give you the explanation and the link direct to Ludwig. Okay, so that's this one, sorry. No, this, yeah, this one. This one, I'm going to shut down. No, I keep it open. Okay, so right here, just to show you that. So we're here. So this is not, should be 5, by the way. Anyway, we're going to launch. I'm going to clear the console. And you see, it's going to load the very first, without the head, the very first EMDB file. That was this one, train. He's going to load that. Sentiment review. You see, positive film adapted. That's exactly what I have here. Okay, so just to be able to be sure that it's working. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. And let's call the model. And let's print out the model. So if you look at the model that I have, I just check the EMDB. So just have a look to that and have a look to that. Okay, just to compare that. I have review here. The output is sentiment. And I have this sentiment, which is positive and negative. So I'm testing the output, the correct value. And I've exactly the transcription of these YAML is totally transcripted. I mean, not this one, sorry, this one, the simpler one. I have injected directly into the EMDB model definition 1. So that's the conversion that this YAML is converted, except the epoch. This one doesn't count. And you see, I have exactly the same model. So I can call the model. Let's see if it's working. And it's going to print out the model right here in the console. So I still have this error. And then output is not defined. Oh, sorry. It was not supposed to post. It's just my comment. Okay, so right here, I redo So still the first error, doesn't matter. And then he's outputting, sorry, the model, the data model, the thing that was defined in the YAML. Okay? So we're good. I don't think I need it anymore. So I can train the train statistics. So right here, I've already trained. So I'm not going to do that. But if I uncomment that, then it will load. Where is the file? Yeah, it will call the data set. But I did not, yeah, the data set will be here. And I should have, for instance, if I want to use this one, I should have, oops, sorry. I should have my data set like this. I should use this one. You see? I should use this one. Yeah, I should call the data set of train and then launch the model that I have here, and then load the data set inside and do the training, okay? But I'm not going to do that because I've done it previously and it takes time. So what I am going to do is that I'm going to work on the already trained model, and I'm going to make the prediction. So model, you see, that's exactly the transcription this time of this command that I've launched. That's it. That's it. Predict. You see, you have the prediction one. I'm calling the EMDB file, which is here, EMDB file, and then I'm loading this file inside. So, and I put the prediction. Yeah, and this time I recommend the output. It's just like it used. Okay, so basically, it's going to call this model that I have here. Okay. And is loading this model, and then it will go through the predict example, and I should have exactly the same result. Okay, so let's see if it's work, and I'm outputting in the console the prediction. Okay, so you have exactly the same screen that before, and then I can check in the result prediction CSV. And it should work. And when it's done, you should change the date right here. It's still working? Yeah. Okay. It's launching. Yeah. It's pushing. That's right. Positive, positive, negative, negative. Yeah. It did not change because I didn't want him to input into the CSV, and I just print out the result inside the console. But you can see that I have exactly the same prediction. Positive, the four first were positive, the three last were negative. Okay? And I can do exactly the same prediction for the rest. Why did I do that? Well, it's just exactly the same thing. Okay? And for instance, I can make change and see if it's the same prediction will be done, and we'll be through with Programmatic, with Programmatic API. But you can see that this one is going to predict. If you remember well, they will say positive, 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 and I think there was one negative and the two other were positive. Okay, you know, that was the misappropriate, the example that I showed previously. Okay, and that will be done. So what is interesting is that you have the ability to create without coding a data model, declaring your YAML, putting input file into the CSV, and also using an API. Yeah, you see, positive, 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 and then negative, but the two last ones, which are negative, are predicted positive. Okay? So thank you for watching, and I'll be back in a minute to work on the sixth example, which is a little bit different. It's about predicting. In the example you have, I think that's Titanic. Yeah, Kegel predicting survivors. I've tasted this one. Okay, which is a bit different from the very first example, sentiment analysis. Okay, but that's pretty good, and that's the easier way to get in touch. I mean, to get to grip with Ludwig. If you like my video, please, you can check the article on my blog, and also download the stuff on the GitHub account. See you. Bye bye.